train pulled by an Intercity 125 diesel engine, the Prince Michael of Kent, leaves Exeter St David's Station heading north, looking very much like many other trains that travel the main line running regularly to London, Birmingham, Newcastle and elsewhere. This train, however, has an unusual destination in its sights. It's heading up the line that runs through central Devon known as the Tarka Line. Its destination, Barnstaple. Not to be confused with the Tarka Trail, which is a walking and cycle track using a disused rail line from Braunton in the north to Meath in the south. The Tarka Line is the rail line that crosses Devon from Exeter to Barnstaple. Why is this train special? Well, the last time a mainline train of this size travelled the Tarka Line was at least 15 years ago. This 125 is pulling a special charter train which started at London Paddington with more than 400 rail enthusiasts aboard, anticipating a nostalgic journey through some of Devon's most beautiful countryside. One such beautiful spot on the line is the small village of Yeoford, once a much more significant junction than it is today. It is amazing to think that at its height, its booking office was selling as many as 13,000 tickets a year and meeting the needs of passengers transferring between the North Devon line and the track that provided access to Oakhampton, Tavistock, Plymouth and the west to Cornwall, a line no longer functioning. Further along the line, sheep quietly minding their own business in a field get a rude shock as the noisy machine races over a nearby level crossing near Umberley. Umberley came into being as a crossing point for the River Tor, providing a road link between South Molton and Great Torrington. King Athelstan, said to be the first king of England in the 10th century, came to Umberley for the fishing, and he built a palace and a church here, the site now occupied by Umberley Manor House. Meanwhile, in Barnstaple, excitement grows amongst the group of rail enthusiasts waiting to experience the arrival of the first Intercity 125 for at least 15 years, and it's almost here. Preparations are being made to receive the large crowd of passengers. We asked Phoebe, the station cafe manager, what charters like this mean to Barnstaple.
It's really good for raising the profile of Barnstaple and North Devon as a whole, and it's great to have that many new people come and explore our local area. It's great for local businesses, and it will really boost our take-ins and things for today.
Good, good. So you're looking forward to a big crowd coming?
We're looking forward to a very big crowd coming in today, and we've gone absolutely bananas preparing lots of lovely food, regional specialities for them to enjoy.
At last, the train arrives. The passengers alight, some to travel further on to view the Lynmouth Narrow Gauge Railway, others to simply explore North Devon's premier town.
Hello, Peter. Can you say what you think the importance of such charters like this is to Barnstaple and North Devon?
Well, I think the importance is that there's absolutely no reason whatsoever why Barnstaple, which used to have through trains to London all the time, can't have through trains to London. This is a community which is growing by leaps and bounds. There are a lot of students using the line, a lot more houses coming in, and to rely on Tiverton Parkway, the A361 is dodgy. Petrol prices are going up. I heard a story only today of someone who drove to Tiverton Parkway and had to go on to Taunton because there were no parking spaces in Tiverton Parkway. Absolute nonsense. If we used the line, it would be easy and convenient. No reason why we can't trains to Waterloo or trains to Paddington, and, dear to my own heart, minimal carbon footprint. And I want there to be a world for my grandchildren.
I understand the line for most of its length is a single track, so would it need investment?
All things need investment, but the line has been very heavily invested in the past. Half the track is now continuous rail, which means much faster running speeds, and probably what is needed is the provision of one or at the most two more passing loops, enabling a much more regular service to run on the line, including intermediate trains making stops for stations in our hinterland and much faster trains. And although the cost of that is a lot, it's nothing like putting double tracking all the way along the line. Passing loops are a very logical alternative.
An example of how the single track holds trains up is shown at Crediton, where the train is required to stop at the local signal box. Crediton has been populated since Saxon times, at one time famous for wool production and later for cider. Its famous church dates from the 10th century and was a cathedral until the bishop's throne moved to Exeter. At the signal box, drivers of trains to and from Barnstaple are required to exchange a token with the signalman. This is a safety device, making sure the track is free and that two trains do not collide head-on on the single track sections. Only trains holding the token can proceed.
The embarrassment today, the embarrassment for Network Rail and the Great Western Railway, is the train that brought the customers in today. You can't even stable it in Barnstaple for 4 hours. It has to go all the way back to Exeter, empty, at a huge cost in diesel fuel, turn round, come back here, empty at a cost in diesel fuel, because there isn't a second track here. There needs to be a second track and the ability to stable trains here at Barnstaple Station, and I sure hope it comes in my lifetime, which is limited, so they better get on with it.
Hello, yes, I'm Richard Birmingham. I'm the manager of the Devon and Cornwall Rail Partnership. We're a small partnership of the local councils and the railways that work to promote branch lines in Devon and Cornwall. And this is where it all started, at Barnstaple, on the Exeter-Barnstaple line.
So what's the significance of the charter project today?
Well, it's extremely good. First time for very many years that one of the Intercity 125s, the high-speed trains, has visited Barnstaple. And it's particularly good that it's been worked so that people have got 4 hours here. So that's something like maybe 400 people spending 4 hours in Barnstaple, in North Devon, and not obviously spending quite a bit of money. So it's quite a good contribution to the local economy.
What's so special about the 125?
Well, they very rarely get here. That's the main thing, and also it's symbolising the greater ambition of the Tarka Rail Association, of ourselves and others, for the service, not just to be a branch line service into Exeter, but perhaps for there to be through trains to London. So people see that actually one of the current through trains to London turns up here on a special train. Thinks, well, actually no, this isn't just a little branch line.
Having been sent back to Exeter to be stabled for 4 hours, the train returns to Barnstaple for its passengers. During the visit, Paddington has been seen on the station's electric signboard. Barnstaple residents cannot remember the last time that destination appeared on the board. Perhaps if the Tarka Line Association get their way, it will appear more often.